Now on to the update from the previous video. Posted by you, Random Throwaway 1209. Update. My boyfriend, 19M. Feels like I haven't been present, despite me spending all of my free time with him. He broke up with me yesterday. My heart hurts so much, I don't know how I can imagine life without him. I regret not giving him what he wanted early on in the relationship. I regret not trying harder for him. I can't stand to look at any pictures of us. I haven't felt the same since. We went to a concert on Saturday, and that's when everything went downhill. I had a panic attack, so I went to the bathroom, so I wasn't ruining it for him. Admittedly, that was a terrible idea. He brought it up yesterday, said that I only went to the bathroom when I wanted to avoid him. We went out together and had planned to spend the whole day together. Now I'll never see him again, and I can't live with that. I want him back so badly. I know our relationship hasn't been the greatest, and realistically I shouldn't force him to be with me when he no longer loves me, but I'm in so much pain, man. TLDR. Boyfriend stopped loving me and dumped me. I don't want to move on, and I want him back, but I know I can't force him to do anything. Now on to the next story. Posted by you, DENVWSL. My husband is at the hospital right now with just a friend he told me not to worry about. She got into a car accident and is apparently pregnant with his child, which she might now lose. My husband, 37, has been friends with this woman, Abigail, 24, for a little while. They both see the same trainer, so that's how they met. He invited her over our house for dinner. She met our children. When I brought up concerns about how they seemed to be getting very close very fast, he insisted that they were just friends and that I had nothing to worry about. After that conversation, his relationship with her seemed to settle down into no different than any other friendship he has, I thought. This morning he got a phone call, and he took it outside. When he came back in, he was really shaken. He said he was going to the ER because Abigail had gotten into a car accident. I asked why she was calling him. He said something about how her sister was on vacation and she got into a fight with her friend. It was complete bullshit, but he was out the door. I tried texting and calling him, but he didn't answer. I couldn't leave the house because our youngest is sick. He comes back hours later and tells me he needs to talk. He looks terrible. He admits to me he slept with Abigail. He said it only happened once when he was drinking, and she got pregnant from it. He was going to tell me soon, he claimed. But now she got into a semi-serious car accident, and they don't know if the baby is going to survive. And he's a wreck about it. I want to slap him for cheating. I'm disgusted by him. I kicked him out. I don't care if he stays at the hospital or with his brother or in a ditch. I'm so mad at him for 1,000 reasons. Now on to the next story. Posted by you, Morningstar 1138. I absolutely hate my step-mother and she can't understand why. Hi folks. Long-time lurker, first-time poster. I am M33 now. I need to give some background here first, so you understand where I'm coming from. In 2002, my mum died suddenly from a brain hemorrhage. This deeply traumatized me and gave me some deep trust and abandonment issues. In 2004, my dad met his partner, let's call her Karen. Initially, she was very nice and sweet, but she quickly sunk her fangs into my dad. Sadly, Dad, being lonely, fell for it. Over the years, here are a selection of shit she has done. The never married, they are just partners. Banned me from going to the family caravan as her precious daughter wanted a friend there instead. Threw out almost all pictures I had of my mum. Forced my dad to sell a coin collection I had to pay for a holiday for her. Took my dad and her daughter on holiday to Malta but refused to take me and lied about her daughter going. I was told she would be at school and found out at school she wasn't there. Demanded half of my mother inheritance from me, and got it. Forced me to move out of the house at 17. Left me alone in hospital after an operation, because she got a call from her other son. Took savings from my bank account. This was years ago, and she is still paying it back. When my daughter was born, she went to the wrong hospital and refused to come to the right one to pick us up. This in December. Offended everyone at my nan's funeral twice. And the final straw this year was when she messaged me for the first time in years to berate me for not agreeing to care for a mentally disabled relative for at least 8 weeks a year, so she didn't have to, not that she did anyway. And also demanding access to my wedding plans to make sure her family are present. So yeah, Right now I've had to tell my dad she is banned from my wedding, and I do not want to hear or see from her ever again. I've literally had enough, and so had my fiancé. Even my daughter refuses to call her anything but her actual name. I've heard via my dad that she can't possibly understand what she has done to warrant such hatred. If I ever see this woman again, it'll be too soon. Sorry, I just needed to get this off my chest. Edit. For those who have said and those who will think, yes, my dad made a lot of mistakes, but he has done a lot to make up for his mistakes and is genuine in his sorrow for what he did. Stepmom is not. Further edit. Guys, I know my dad wronged me. Please, no need to repeat it. However, my dad, since finding out he was becoming a grandfather to my daughter, has really made an effort to atone for what he did and try and make things right. He was doing so beforehand, but honestly had redoubled his efforts with me, from driving 170 miles to pick us up when Stepmonster couldn't be bothered to finding other older pictures of mum and giving them to me. Please, we know he has done wrong, but he has and continues to make it right again. I haven't asked him for money back, as frankly I'm comfortable now financially, and I only see demanding money and continuing a saga I would rather remain closed. Now on to the last story. Posted by you, It's Me Bars. Wife took magic mushrooms and could not keep the lie that she cheated on me in 2020. My wife, F30, M35, took magic mushrooms and had to come clean that she had an affair with her ex-boss for about 6 months back in 2020 during the pandemic. Recently our relationship has been very good in all the senses, and knowing this just destroyed me completely. We've been together for 12 years and I could never expect that from the love of my life. Back in 2020 our relationship was not in the best shape, but also not that bad to the point of her seeking someone else, no dead bedroom or any huge fights. Back then I felt that she was really distant from me and had changed a lot her personality because of her work environment. She works as a bartender, and during COVID the bar is closed, but her boss would throw speakeasy parties to some of their regular clients. As much as I would advise her not to do it, she did not listen to me and made her own choices. I felt that she was having something with her boss. When I saw them together I could sense something was in the air. I confronted her about it in one of our arguments and she denied. She says that she stopped having an affair with her boss in September of 2020, but she was still working for him until the end of last year. Not only that, but I knew the guy and even spent Christmas at our mutual friend's house back in 2020. I'm in shock to know that she kept that from me for so long, and I don't know how to move on. I still love her, but I can't forget all of this story. So far I decided that I need to move out and give a good time for myself at the moment, but deep down I'm still in love. Can anyone give a valuable advice? Update. Okay, so last night I had the courage to break up with her and told her I found a place to move on the beginning of next month. We had a good conversation, but with a bit of loss of temper and gaslighting from her, trying to bring it up some cheating on my end on the first year of our relationship 12 years ago, saying I was a cheater too. We wore both kids and also it was just a once-time thing, nothing like an affair. I've been loyal ever since. After talking I decided to go to sleep because I work super early in the morning. As I'm asleep she joins me in bed to cuddle, and one thing led to another and we ended up having sex. It felt good in the beginning, but by the end I was just kinda freaking her with a bit of anger and not really making love. She even realized in the middle of it and told me I was being kinda extra rough on her. After that we both felt a bit guilty, showered and went to sleep. The next day she drove me to work and we're just treating ourselves with respect and friendship. She is going through some hard times in her work life and I can't just ignore her and treat her badly. I took the courage to move out, but I'm gonna be honest, I'm still confused and the tough of start packing my things really frightens me. I know I need to take a time apart, but for some reason my heart tells me to stay. I got a nice opportunity for a affordable place in a good location, and if I miss this apartment, I know it's not gonna be available if I change my mind later down the road. End of the story is that I'm still confused. Thank you for listening to my channel, Everything Reddit. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to my channel to get future notifications.